So the story goes that an international wire transfer got stuck for 60 days and broke
Yeah.
something in your head, right? So walk me through what actually happened.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So, I mean, like, I moved away from Edmonton at the age of 23. I moved from Edmonton I went to Dublin first, then to Melbourne, Australia for 6 years. Then from Melbourne, Australia, I moved to Dubai for a couple of years, and then on to New York City. And I actually spend, a good chunk of time now, in the country of Georgia, which is quite far away. So I always had this need to use different banking systems, global banking systems. And there came a point when I was sending a wire, and it was a wire from myself to myself, and all of a sudden I noticed that it didn't come through on the other side, and so I started to look into it, and I realized I'll name and shame um, uh, Barclays, an intermediary that I had nothing to do with, started asking me questions about, obviously, compliance questions about where my source of income was and all of that kind of stuff. And that's fine, because that makes sense. That's the banking system. But I realized very quickly that why should we be dealing with this third party intermediary when I'm trying to just send funds to myself? So I started to look into the options that were out there, and I realized very quickly that using digital crypto systems were a really great way to to be able to move money globally. And I just realized that I started to look into things like Ethereum, and I started to realize that the entire banking system at some point will be run on this, because it's trustless and it's very fast and it's very cheap.